everybody, it's MicheleMarieDalene. It is the 18th of October, I think. 19th. Okay, right, tomorrow's the 20th, which is Monday. Oh, today's 18th. Whatever, it's one of the days. It's definitely a Sunday, and I definitely haven't gone shopping with Crystal yet, so that's Monday. So there's your answer. Now, I'm very happy to see that the last video got a lot of your support, and I appreciate it very much in the housewarming video with Dory. It really kind of belongs under Ask Us Anything. I think I'm going to move that, or put that in the Ask Us Anything genre. First of all, it was shot on Friday, which was when Ask Us Anything would have been shot. And unfortunately enough, nobody asked us any questions. So we are going to talk today about some of my experiments with the different blades I've tried so far. Okay. And I don't have them all here. So, okay. But I'll show you what I got here in my hands. Okay. The Dorcos and the Gillette Blues. Where do these stand with these guys? Well, the Dorco blades are mild. They're not too bad. They won't rip your skin off, thank God. In the MicroTouch one, which is... They come out, that's just the king with the MicroTouch ones. This is the Dorco blades. They're very mild. They're not too bad. In fact, if you ask me, I think they're a little bit too mild. But when you put them in the flare tip, like 57 Gillette, they become a little more matched and a little more aggressive, but not so bad that it's going to turn your face into shami. I can't say the same thing with the Gillette Silver Blues. In the MicroTouch one, the Gillette Silver Blue razor blades are just the right enough of aggressiveness. Remember, I got very fine hair. I don't have heavy beard here, okay? But these razor blades in my MicroTouch one are just about as much aggressiveness as I can handle. In the 1957 floor tip Gillette, they become almost too rough to handle. But so these are definitely what you see in the MicroTouch one. It's not surprisingly that the Dorco blades work very well in the Gillette razor. They're not too aggressive, they're not too harsh, and they cut well. Okay, so we have tried the Dorcos, the Gillettes. Now we're trying the 7 o'clocks. And the 7 o'clocks in the MicroTouch one are a little bit on the aggressive side for my skin type. Really not at all the nice stuff. They are the kind of blades that they're smooth but deceptively so, because when you actually start using them long enough, they start to slice your skin up a little bit if you get careless. The Wilkinsons I haven't tried yet. I've heard some good things about the Wilkinson Classics. I will try these in a few days. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to swap the 7 o'clock blade, which is the Perma Sharps, that's the green packs, into the Gillette razor and see how they cut. And if they do any better or any worse. I've already kind of narrowed it down to a few blades that I seem to like, and that's these blades I've already selected here. Let me explain what they are. For general everyday around work, the Dorco blades and the Gillette flare tip is more than satisfactory. It's sharp enough to cut hair. It's not so aggressively so that it's harsh. It's just about right. In the MicroTouch one, it's a little bit soft, but it's not, again, too bad. Now, that's face. What about the legs? Of course. you gotta shave your legs, right? Of course. And your privates and your bikini line. So, okay, so let's talk about that. Which blade works good for the legs? Now, my leg hair is a little more heavier than my face hair, and it's, like all women, it tends to be a little bit rougher. So, the Dorco blade and the Micro Touch one has a hard time coping with it because it's just a little bit too wimpy. However, the Dorco in the 1957 Gillette Flare Tip is a bit better at removing leg hair. However, the problem is the leg hair is really, really hard to cut because it's more sparse, but it's a little heavier. Then last night, on Friday night, I tried the 1957 razor with the blue, silver blues, and I tried it on my leg and on Dory's leg with her permission as a dry shave, and I definitely saw a significant hair reduction, and I could hear the blade singing along as it's chopping those bad boys left and right. She said to me, I was amazed. She says, every time I try to shave my own legs, I turn it into hamburger meat. And I said, well, how much force are you using? And she said, I'm scared to touch that thing. I said, I'll tell you, I like the blade out, which I did. Now, it's toothless. Now, pretending this is a disposable razor, show me how you slicing your leg. And so the first thing she did was she tried to hold it at a 90-degree angle. I said, big mistake. First of all, it would never cut at a 90-degree angle. And even if it did cut at a 90-degree angle, it's going to slice right through your skin like butter. I said, that's not the way to hold a razor like this. So, again, I showed her by having her try practicing the angles, and she kind of finally start to understand the leg situation. So now I might be able to help her by helping her do a shaving of her legs, and so she can get familiar with the razor, and that's what we're going to try to do in a few days. First of all, I wanted to apologize to you. I did not get ask us anything in this on Friday for reasons I already explained. You didn't ask us any questions, but Dory sure had a lot. So Dory's questions should be under Ask Us Anything, and I will put her video on that playlist. I also mentioned that we will be covering our Yule Convocation live over the internet through the live streaming. So you'll be able to see it exactly at 7 o'clock. We might actually go on air a little bit before 7. Because of the fact is we want to make sure we got everything set up right and it's working properly. So we'll be on camera a little bit before the 7 o'clock, which will be good because then you get to see some of me and some of my preparations ahead of time. Usually for the Ask Us Anything, usually for the convocation, it's really not a big deal. It's just basically a very simple, short, I keep forgetting. But you know what? I'm going to be scared about this. I may keep forgetting it, but if it wasn't for this piece of cardboard, I would not be able to get my camera as focused as fine as I do. So this has been a real godsend. It also helps me to adjust creating some contrast and colors and things like that. Okay, now it's cold outside, and it's not going to be getting warmer in the next few days. I already checked the forecast. The nighttime highs are going to be pretty much maybe highs at nighttime of about 3 to 4 degrees Celsius. Some of the daytime highs show that they could get up to about 10 by this week, next week. So this is the time when you might want to go ahead and order some extra cords of wood or oil or a couple extra gallons of propane or whatever you heat with. Make sure you have fuel in hand. My landlord has not turned on the heat yet, so it's a little bit nippy in here right now. I got my little electric heater running all day. I was so emotionally tired. I just simply didn't feel quite up to snuff, so I slept for like 2 days straight. And then when I finally woke up, it was I woke up last night and I emptied my urine collection device and I fed the cats, and then I went back to bed again. And then today I woke up about 4 o'clock. I felt a little more revived and a little rejuvenated. I went ahead and I started hooking up my stereo system to get this system going, and I've been pretty happy with that result. And so far, it's pretty nice to be home. I haven't quite gotten everything organized yet. I still am trying. I just managed to get my stereo hooked up, and I had some noisy volume controls and selector switches both in the stereo and the studio mixer. I couldn't find my WD-40 can no matter what I did, so I had to use a regular isopropyl alcohol on the controls in the stereo instead of WD-40 or contact cleaner. So I used that. That seemed to help. I haven't done anything with the mixer controls yet. They obviously do sound like they definitely could benefit from a good cleaning as well. We were having some problem with the audio system here, and I think the problem we're having is that, I don't know, just something because of corrosion, because the studio gear has not been on for weeks. It gets noisy, it gets crackly, so I'm still dialing up the adjustments to get everything back into top shape. At least I can see my cats are in top shape. They're in top form right now. Fame's here. Rusty's running around the house right now. And I went to McDonald's today by choice, not because I had to, but I want to just, why in the hell do I order the coffee? I don't know why. It's like, especially with Splenda, the stuff is unbelievably stomach wrenching. I don't think it's necessarily the Green Mountain coffee itself is the problem. I just think it's the way McDonald's brews it. It's something, the way they brew it, it just does not go well in my gut. Okay? Now, a funny thing is, I don't know what kind of coffee Cumberland Farms is using, but that coffee is a little bit better. But I use saccharin packets with that. So when I use saccharin with the Cumberland Farms coffee, it goes down well and nice and easy. I didn't think of asking the Cumberland or the McDonald's fuel just give me coffee with milk and no Splenda or no sugar, because if I had, I could have packets of saccharin in my person. I just didn't think of using them that way. But I certainly must tell you that lunch or dinner was very, very bland, very tasteless tonight. I definitely was not impressed with it. But I don't know if the fryer or if the deep fryer forgot to add salt to the French fries or what. But it was just kind of bland. It does happen, especially in food establishments, that sometimes the food will be a little bland. Oops, and things like that. But anyway, so where do we stand with all this different stuff that we're talking about? If you think that this roadmap sounds like something out of a Ruby Goldberg contraption, okay, let's try to see if we can simplify the roadmap a little bit for you. The first thing we did was we talked briefly about a variety of things, from the razor blades to getting up very late this afternoon and all that. Well, first thing is, I think the most important thing I wanted to cover was the fact is I'm very glad to be home. I don't think I mentioned that. I'm sorry about that. The other thing I guess I said I'm going to be doing is I am going to be evaluating the different razor blades to find the ones that work best for me. I still have the 7 o'clocks to do and the Wilkinson swords to finish with. I thought I had 5 blades. I only had 4. You have the Wilkinson, you have the 7 o'clock, and you got, right, okay, so I still got to get a 5th blade back, which I didn't get yet. I'm not going to try feathers. Do not even suggest feathers, okay? First of all, here's why. Number one, I don't have the kind of hair that needs to be abused by feather blades, okay? I have a very light hair. I'm not saying you can't notice it. It's in the daytime if I'm careless or I don't scrape the face. But, it's not the kind of stuff that's going to need a big heavy-duty blade like a feather blade to do. So that'd be just kind of... same thing with the Astras and Pole Silvers. I don't think I need Astras, and I don't need Pole Silvers, okay? And so that's what? So, I mean, How's the Winter Garden soap going? Winter Garden soap is doing very well, thank you. It is removing. It has got a positive scent to it, which I'm very impressed by. I'm going to probably be ordering some more soap from the seller in a few months if they still have a listing for their soaps. I did keep it on their watch list on eBay so I can contact them when time comes to order more. I still haven't tried the Alpine Snowdrift yet, but the Winter Garden smells really nice. Dory likes to smell. She also likes to smell the standard Vonderhagen. The Vonderhagen soap smells good too. She likes that smell. But it seems that the Vonderhagen doesn't seem to make a very good lather no matter what I do. I've tried a couple different lathering techniques and I did not get a good lather with the Vonderhagen. That doesn't mean it's a bad soap. It just means that, A, you have hard water, which I could have hard water. We live in this old building that's over 160 years old. So yeah, you can have hard water. Number two, you could just be doing it wrong. I've tried several different lathering techniques and I have not had much luck with any of them, which is quite the difference from the Alpine Winter Garden. Winter Garden lathered up pretty quick and easy, no problem. You got a good heavy lather in the face. The face that goes right through it, not a problem. I'm very impressed with the Winter Garden soap because it smells good and it looks good. I don't have an aftershave treatment. I just use standard Noxema for that, just wash it on, and then just like one coat, then just wash it off because it has a lot of the ingredients you would expect in an aftershave. It's got the alcohol, it's got the, it has the ability to close the pores and tighten the skin. So yes, it does have the basics you need. One of the things, like I said, many tests is we got to do one variable at a time. Let's not change variables by going from multiple pages of variables because that only adds more complications to the testing than it's worth. Anybody who's ever done any kind of scientific testing says it is important to change one variable at once, not change every single variable in the experiment and expect to get consistent results. That's ludicrous, and that's the way it is hair to hair and the face and things like that. Is you want to have the consistency in the test. So now, as I said, I was trying to get the microphone to work properly, and I think I may have turned it up a little bit too loud. I might have to turn it down a bit for the recording purposes. I think 7 as a master volume, 5 and 5. Well, 5 and 5 is the standards I've been using for the microphones from day one. But I think 7 might be a little bit hot. I think for the future, I think we're going to bring the sound down a bit, back to where we had it. It's just that we were having so much problems getting a consistent connection with the microphone because of corrosion. I definitely am going to have to get some more contact cleaner and go through all the audio video gear in here and clean all the controls because it's just got, some deoxit. WD-40 is good for that, even though it's not really designed for that purpose. It does a nice job. Right now I just use some rubbing alcohol, 91% isopropanol, so to remove most of the alcohol, corrosion from the controls. That helped a lot. But that's just the way it is. By the way, I guess that's about it. Tomorrow I'm going to be going shopping with Crystal, and we are going to try to get some domestics for the house. And yeah, I'm going to have to get them some new sneakers, either at JCPenney's or online. I told her I'd rather go to JCPenney's and go in store and try them out in the store because of the fact is that when you buy shoes through an online website, it's a little bit more awkward if you're not sure if you're getting the right size numbers. Like these are 10 wide sneakers and they seem to be, sometimes they seem like they're a little bit big and then sometimes they seem like a little small. Like for me, it's my left foot is showing a little bit bigger foot. You can kind of tell because I don't know if you can see it, but you got this late fishy line stitching it together because it can pop apart over here. that's that. And of course, the phone man is coming on Tuesday to move the phone lines, all three of them, and the internet connection back over here to people 108 public are moving back home to their houses and their apartments. And so there may not be no electricity at the house anyway to keep the internet working on Monday night. So don't be surprised if there is no video on Monday. Or if there is a video, it may be done through one of the alternative means, such as going to McDonald's or things like that. I'll let you know more specifically at that time what's going on, all that. But right now, it's, I just wanted to make sure to let you know that I'm fine and that I'm mostly settled in. I still got a few more things to do and stuff like that. But for now, I'm just glad to be home and things like that. So, we'll talk to you later. Have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye. Hey, did you know there's a lot more going on right now at our websites? Are you watching all 4 of them? If not, check them out. There's a list right here. We got 3 YouTube channels and 1 audio-only channel for your enjoyment. So come on, dig in, and see all the stuff we do here at the North American Snow Queen Palace.